Good morning, everybody. It's officially, let me see. It's officially day 4 of the new start. Today, we're going to be doing goal setting and break a structure. That's 2 videos again, but it's not too long. But yeah, as I was saying, I had a pretty rough day today, to be honest. I didn't really wake up. I couldn't get out of bed. I went to bed way too late. I mean, I was at the gym last night and I came home like 3 a.m. or something like that, and then I just couldn't get to bed. But yeah, I mean, I've had a pretty rough day other than that. Like, I don't know, I just didn't sleep well. But yeah, it's whatever. I've read, as I said, I actually did get back into reading. I read like, 25 pages so far. I read like 15 yesterday and like 10 this morning. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. But today we're going to be doing, I remembered this from last year. I remember what this video is going to be about, and I have it written down as well. I know what he's going to be talking about, but let's listen to it anyways. So yeah, let's get into it.
What's good, guys? Welcome to boot camp. Honestly, I gotta stop saying it.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
What's good, guys? Welcome to boot camp. Honestly, I gotta stop saying this because I know I'm just going to end up forgetting what day we're on. I think this is day 5, though. But welcome to boot camp, day 5. We're back again with another discipline/psychology type of video. As you guys know, we're going back and forth between the trading and psychology because there's no point in just teaching you just the trading aspects if you don't understand the psychology behind it, especially if all these mentors and all these people on YouTube and on social media are saying that psychology makes up the majority of trading, and their courses only cover one little section of it, okay? And the rest of it is all about trading. So that's what we're doing different here, okay? So hopefully we can get you guys in the right mindset. So when you start trading and start learning, right, and actually understanding how to trade correctly, you're not falling into these pitfalls that all these people fall into because you have a disciplined mindset, because your psychology is on point, okay? So hopefully that can accelerate your guys' learning curve a lot faster than what mine was at the time. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about goal setting, okay? We talked about taking action, we talked about discipline, okay? Today we are going to be talking about goal setting and how we can actually set goals and actually reach our goals through an actual, like, goal setting method that I've studied. I forget who the, person that taught this to me was, but I learned it through a basketball program, okay? And back in the day, I was really, really obsessed with basketball and improving myself, and one of the things in basketball along with trading is psychology, and in the thing they called it the X factor, because, there's some people who are known as practice players, right? And you guys might be like this, right? You're a demo trader, right? You can only seem to win trades on demo, but then right when you go to live, right when you get in the game, you cannot execute, and you're probably thinking, what's wrong with me? So hopefully this course can give you that X factor. Hopefully this can help you, start, looking towards some goals that you want to achieve, and, getting after it. Okay, so we're going to start off with how to set our goals, because this is... Sorry, the little strings were all messed up on here. But we're going to talk about...
I remember making I'm not sure where that is. I really want to know. I made like a little, 10... How the fuck do you say that? I made a list of all the goals that I set for myself last year. I mean, I have them in this notebook, but I know I had them in like a paper that I literally taped to my wall. Let's see, long-term goals. Enjoy what I do. See 7 figures. Make day trading my job. Be happy and improve everything. Okay, short-term. Start trading, learn, fix my mistakes, journal, and reflect. This is nice, but I at the time I had no clue what half of these things actually meant. Financial independence, that's not a short-term goal. To love myself, love others, love my body, work on improving myself, do it every day. Back here, I used to barely go to the gym, maybe twice a week, max. I had really bad habits, and I never just had the energy to, because my partner at the time, I really didn't get out of the house much, and I didn't go to the gym either. I went maybe twice a week, Now I go like 6 times a week, maybe even 7 sometimes. Do it every day. Fix my bad habits. Wake up early. Never happened. Be proud and strong. Be a man. I even circled the man part. And find happiness. Alright, I'll write some goals down in a bit. I wonder if they're gonna be anything like those.
How we can set up our goals to actually fulfill them and not just have them forever just be like, this is my goal, but I have no clue how to get here. Okay, there's an actual process and a situation and like a plan to reach your goals. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to have our 3, this thing will load. We need to find 3 long-term end goals. Okay, and again, remember, I told you guys to get a note.
Oh fuck, I need a different
book
for this.
If you haven't got one already, now's the fucking time because we need to start writing these down. Okay, so in your notebook, hopefully you guys have your notebooks ready. Hopefully you guys have been taking notes throughout this entire thing, but write down 3 long-term end goals. Okay, so this can be something as simple as becoming a funded trader, right? That's kind of like a medium-term goal. Okay, I want these to be long-term, like.
Give me a sec. Let me just write something down. Actually, you have to think about what I want to write down. Okay, number 1. Maybe trading my job. Be financially independent. And number 3, I want to travel and be happy. That's my goal. Like, that's literally my goal. I mean, I know it's like not a long-term goal, but to me it is, to be honest, it is.
10 years down the line type of goals. Okay, so maybe that's saying
Okay,
I manage 6 figures in my trading account, or whether that be, I'm figure out what your 3 long-term end goals are going to be, okay? And make this be like, super long-term when you're grown, okay, years down the line, right? Something that you don't necessarily understand how to get to those goals, okay? So whether it be, having 6 figures in your trading account, making 6 figures in profit a month, so, maybe you have more than 6 figures in your trading account, maybe you have a 7-figure trading account, maybe that's a long-term end goal. Maybe one of your long-term end goals is literally to buy a $10 million house, right? This doesn't all have to be applicable to trading, right? This is just life goals, okay? We need to understand that goal setting, okay, and actually going after our goals, it doesn't always have to be about trading. And that's kind of what I want to put into this, right? This should teach you things about life as well. Okay, so 3 long-term end goals that you have no idea how you're going to reach, but you know you want them. Okay, one of them could literally just be like, I want a fucking Lambo. I know I wrote that down. I don't want one anymore because living situations have changed, right? I mean, maybe I get one eventually, but it's hard for me to fit in them. Okay, I didn't know I was going to be this fucking tall when I was writing those goals down, like sophomore year of high school. But write down your 3 long-term end goals. Okay, and then from there, this is where we can get into the shit. Where is it? Then we are going to write down. Oops. Oh, I almost just killed a fly. I'm so close. I used to be so good at killing flies. Okay, so after that, once you write down your 3 long-term end goals, you're going to write down 10 short-term goals, or just steps to get to those end goals. Okay? Because most of the time, people are like, what's my goal? I want to be, what's your New Year's resolution? And this is why people never complete their New Year's resolutions. People say, I want 6-pack abs, I want this, I want that. And then they're like, well, where the fuck do I start? So by doing this, we can set 3 long-term end goals, and then we have 10 short-term goals, okay, for each one, okay, so make sure it's 10 for each of those 3, so you should have 30 short-term goals or steps per long-term end goal, okay, to reach.
I'm gonna write that down on my own, but I just want to write like 10 short-term goals. Well, I'll do what he's talking about.
Those long-term goals, okay, so what can this be, okay, this can be as simple as, right, if one of them is for trading, okay, it can be as simple as, I follow my trading plan every single day. That's a goal in itself. That means every single day you have to hit that goal by doing what? By following your trading plan. That's super easy. This is a very short-term goal. Okay. What else can you put on there? If one of your long-term goals is trading related, which most of you guys, at least one of them should be. In fact, I advise one of them to be trading related. Okay, because this is like kind of what we're focusing on here. Okay. So right, one of them can be boom. I follow my trading plan every single day. Another one can be I use risk management every single day. Okay. Another one can be I journal my trades and I review what I did right, what I did wrong every single day, right? Get 10 short-term goals or steps that will as you do them every single day, put you on track to reach those long-term goals. That's where people go wrong a lot of the times with goal setting, guys. They have like these crazy end goals for their future and they never end up hitting them because they have no idea where to start. So let's, instead of, just setting these long-term future end goals, right, and just having no clue where to go, let's literally lay out the path. Let's Google Maps this bitch, right? Let's lay out all the steps that we have to complete day in and day out to reach those goals. And then sooner or later, if you can keep completing those short-term goals, keep getting 1% better every single day by completing those steps, by completing those goals day in and day out, those long-term goals will be hit instantly, right? What if one of your long-term goals is to be funded? Right? I know damn well that if you complete all your short-term goals and steps like day in and day out, within a couple of months, right, you'll be fucking funded and getting paid out. But if you just sit there and say, my goal is to be a funded trader, and then you go and fucking full port everything, and you don't actually take steps or have a direction of where you want to go, right? That's just like I want to be a millionaire, but I don't know how to fucking do it, right? Like we need steps to lead us in the right direction. So, right?
I'm not gonna be writing down 30 goals, at least not right now. I'm just writing something that I want short term, like right now.
We need to put those down, okay? Next, okay, we need to make sure you actually... Damn, bro, this fly's bugging me. Oh, dude. Okay, so in order to actually fucking... Damn, this is looking like a solid-ass pyramid. Hey.
I won't read them out loud now, but I might read some. I don't know. I'll see.
Okay, so make sure you actually complete your goals daily or take steps in the direction of the short-term goals. Those 10 short-term goals don't necessarily have to be just like doing one thing every single day. They can be I am profitable for the month, right? Because that's not necessarily a long-term goal. That's a short-term goal that can be hit. Or it can be I am profitable on the week, right? That's a great place to start. How can you turn profitable in a week? Right? By following little baby steps those little baby steps you can keep in your mind. But at least with these short-term goals, right? If you can be profitable for the week and then you can be profitable for a month, how easy is it going to be to keep climbing up those ranks to end up getting to those long-term goals? It's going to be so fucking easy because you have the path laid out right in front of you. So write this shit down. Remember, in that TikTok video where I had all my goals written out, bro, literally every single one of those goals got fucking smashed, got demolished by where I'm at now. And it was because of this, because I understood that those long-term goals aren't going to be hit instantly. We know that it's going to take time. And what did I do to understand that it's going to take time? I literally laid it out for myself. I said, this is what I have to do in order to get to those long-term goals. I set myself up, instead of taking fucking massive, it's like climbing a mountain, right? There's no elevator to the top, bro. You gotta take fucking steps and steps and steps, getting 1% better, getting 1% higher every single day until you reach that fucking top. Okay? That's how you get there, and you know your route up the mountain, right? If you just get there, not even on the trailhead, and you're just, I'm about to scale this bitch, right? You're gonna fucking give up. Bro, I keep trying to get this. You're gonna give up on day one, right? So, that being said, this is really all I want you guys to do for today. Set 3 long-term goals, and then lay out the path to reach those goals, okay? And at the end of this summer, I know damn well that you guys will have made serious improvement, probably not reaching those long-term goals, but you will be steps in the right direction. You will be miles in the right direction. You will be heavily in the right percentage in going in the right direction to reach those long-term goals. If you follow your steps that you laid out for yourself every single day, right? And you actually have to make sure you do those, or actually are going in the right direction, okay? Because if you aren't, then guess what? Someone's working harder than you. Someone's taking steps in the right direction. Because I know for a fact there's going to be 10 plus people that are watching these videos every damn day, following every single thing that I say in here, and those are the people that are going to come out of here the best. Those are the people that are going to come out of this fucking profitable. Those are the people that are going to come out of this and just be, dude, like, there will be nothing that can stop them. There will be nothing in their fucking way because they followed every single thing. Okay, so you can literally, it's up to you. All of this is up to you, right? Goals are just goals until you actually take action, until you actually complete them, until they're actually reality. Right? Goals will forever just be fucking dreams, right? All up in your head until you actually start taking action to go towards them, until you actually make them reality. And now, for me, I know I'm going to set my long-term goals, okay? I know I'm going to set my short-term goals to reach those long-term goals. I'm going to start with you guys. I'm literally, right after this video gets posted, or not posted, right after I finish recording this video, I'm going over to the store right now to buy myself a new notebook. I'm writing down my goals, and guess what? One of them is hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube within this year. Within this year. I know, sounds fucking crazy. We hit 30,000 followers today, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm being dead serious, man. This social media is so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, there's ups and downs to it, but it's amazing and it's fun and it's great to have an audience that really loves and supports you. So with that being said, I know you guys love and support me if you're watching these videos, and I know my YouTube audience are really my day ones. I know there's haters and shit on TikTok. We don't get any of that over here on YouTube, and that's why YouTube is my main focus right now. We're even on followers and subscribers on TikTok and YouTube right now because my old TikTok got banned. Okay, but that's one of my goals. I am determined, okay, to hit 100,000 subscribers within this year. And if I don't hit it, that's fine. That's fine. But hey, I'm going to be making damn sure.
He was wishing for 100K. Like, what was it supposed to, like 2 years ago, year and a half ago? What the fuck is that? 2 years ago, and now he's on 1.3 mil. Nice.
That I'm taking these steps to try and get there. At least I'm making an attempt, right? And see, with this, I put a deadline on it. I know damn well I'm hitting 100,000 subscribers either way. Either way, I'm hitting that mark. Okay, no matter what, I'm going to get there easily. Okay, but you know, it's going to take time, and it's going to take one step in the right direction every single day. And guess what? One of those steps is uploading a video for you guys. Okay, so I already think I'm moving in the right direction. Okay, I know for a fact that I'm going to complete my goals every single day because of how driven and motivated and disciplined I am. Some of you guys haven't really built that up yet, and that's okay, right? Start today. Start now, okay? Let's get after it. Get your notebooks out, okay? Start writing down your 3 long-term end goals, and then write down the path that you are going to take to get to those goals. And, sorry, one last thing that we got to put at the end of this. Read and vocalize your goals every day as if you are there already. This is very, very important, okay? Read and vocalize your goals several times, at least 5 times, okay, out loud every single day as if you're there already, okay? So what does that mean? That means, right, whatever your long-term end goals are, let's say one of them is, I'm a millionaire, okay? Or you want to be a millionaire. That's one of your goals. You are going to say, I am a millionaire. And that is how you are going to write out your goal, okay? You're not going to write, I want to be. It's not I want. It is I am or I will, okay? Choose one of the two. It's either I am or I will. I will be a millionaire. Say it with confidence. I will be a millionaire. I will be a profitable trader. I will be a funded trader. I will be making 6 figures every single month. And say it out loud. Read it 5 times through and say it out loud. When you say it out loud, you are owning that. It's really difficult to say something out loud that you don't personally believe in. Or else it would be a lie, right? Yeah, you're sort of lying by saying I am, okay? Okay, but it's putting you in the right headspace, okay? Besides just saying, I want to do this. I'm sure you guys have sat there and told yourself, I want this, I want that, but then never ended up getting it, right? So, instead, let's flip it. I will or I am, okay? I always say I am. That's what I did back when I was doing it, and that's what worked for me, okay? So, right, if one of yours is, you want to be profitable, I am a profitable trader. 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 Say it over and over again until you literally believe it yourself. And then guess what? Drilled into your fucking subconscious, you have to read that every damn day. Imagine reading that every single day. There's just no way that you don't get results. There's no way that you read that to yourself every single day and don't start acting like you're profitable. There's no way that you would even be able to feel okay saying that without taking the steps in the right direction, right? If you stand in the shower and say, I am a profitable trader, I am a profitable trader, I am a disciplined trader, I am patient within the markets, I am patient within the markets. These are all things that I used to say to myself in the shower. Literally at 4 a.m. in the morning, fucking water going over my head, and I was just fucking eyes closed saying that shit because I believed it and I wanted that so bad. There's no chance that you can say that with conviction every single day and not become it. Especially when you have literally a structured path to get there. Especially when you have that. Make sure you read and vocalize your goals every single day. Okay, what I used to do and what I plan on doing, you guys can even do this too, is I started with my goals at the back of the notebook. I wrote out my 3 long-term goals. I wrote out my short-term goals to get to those goals. And then, sorry, I have like fucking boogers. And then on the back, right? So it was like the first page on the back. And then what did I do every single morning? I would flip the page and write it down again. Write down all my 3 long-term goals, all 10 short-term goals to get there, and then, right? So now I'm reading it, I'm writing it, and I'm fucking vocalizing it. I made sure there was no fucking chance in hell that this shit was not going to happen. Because I was not going to let this just fucking fizzle up into nothing. That's where people go wrong with goal setting. They just say, I want, and not I am, I will. If you say I will do this, odds are you probably will, right? I will, right? Imagine reading your short-term goals. I will be a disciplined trader. I am a disciplined trader. What are you going to do when market opens after reading that shit 5 times over? After reading your 10 short-term goals 5 times over, right? It's going to be really, really difficult for you to over-leverage, for you to overtrade. Some of you guys might fold, but all I'm going to say is once I started doing this stuff, I got locked in. I stopped folding to all those other emotions, those other opinions, those other fucking pressures coming at me, right? Because I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was going to do. Because I had that path set for me, and I was just looking straight ahead. I had those fucking blinkers that the fucking horses have, right? I had those things. I was like, right? Locked in, okay? And that's what I want you guys to be. Locked in on your goals, okay? So, with that being said, you guys got some work to do. This is your homework. This was literally just a homework assignment in itself. You guys got a couple things for homework. You guys got to go get a notebook. You guys got to write down all 3 of your long-term end goals in that notebook, okay? You got to write down all 10 of your short-term goals to get to those end goals.
I'm already writing like everything.
You got to make sure that you actually complete them every single day. So this is part of your homework. This is going to be homework every single fucking day, okay? And then you're going to read and vocalize your goals every single day. And if you're embarrassed about your parents hearing that, I don't think this is for you. If you're embarrassed at anybody hearing your end goals, this is not for you. Because what makes you think that you'll be able to get to that if you're embarrassed about even saying it in the first place? If you're embarrassed at saying, I am a profitable trader, or I will be a profitable trader, if you're embarrassed about saying that with other people to hear, you're not cut out for this, son. You're not. You're really not. Okay? What makes you think that you'll be able to do this if you're embarrassed about saying it? Sounds like you do not want it enough. Okay? So, you got your work cut out for you for today? Okay? Hopefully you guys watch this video. Oh shit, I guess it's not Memorial Day for you guys. You guys are gonna be watching this tomorrow. Oh well. You still have time to go to the store. Go to the store to get a fucking notebook and a paper. You guys probably already have an empty notebook, because I know half of y'all aren't doing your school shit. Okay, you're doing this. Okay, so take one of those notebooks away from school, turn it into a trading notebook. Okay, turn it into a trading journal. All right, and we'll get started. Okay, and that's another thing. Keep this for your trading journal, because that's another thing that we're going to be talking about as this boot camp gets going. All right. So with that being said, you guys got some homework to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Well, let's get it that way.
Okay, that was goal setting. Now we're moving into actual trading and break of structure, aka BOS.
I know you love seeing my beautiful face every day morning. What's good, baby? Welcome to boot camp day day 6, I believe. Welcome to boot camp day 6. Okay, today we're back on it with trading. Okay, we are going to be talking about break of structure. Okay, I figured we're gonna get the beginners right out. Hold on, what? We're gonna get the beginner shit out of here first, so we can start getting into this, because right after this trading video, the next trading video is going to be talking about liquidity, so we can actually get into some shit. All right, so first we need to understand break of structure, because we talked about candlesticks, so we know the little drawings on the chart, and now we know trends, right? Now we need to understand why and when the market's trending, and when it actually switches direction, when it breaks structure, when it gets a market structure shift. Okay, so the simplest way that I can describe a break of structure is a shift in the trend. Okay, so we know, right, trends move in higher highs and higher lows. Okay, we also know, or actually I haven't even talked about this. Okay, so trends move in higher highs and higher lows. Okay, right, and then lower lows and lower highs on the contrary, right, in a downtrend. Okay, what makes up a high in the first place? This is something that I did talk about in the trends, because I was going to save it for the break of structure video. Okay, so what makes a high? A move up, then a move down, right? What makes a low? A move down, then a move up. Low. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure, but I want to write this down because I find out.
So, when we apply this to the charts, okay, it is literally as simple as that. A high, okay, is a move up, then a move down. A low is a move down, then a move up. Okay, so what does that mean? It only takes 2 candles. Essentially, it's a candlestick pattern. So if there is one green candle up and then a red candle down, that's a high. If there is one red candle down and then one green candle up, that's a low. It doesn't have to make a perfect little fucking shape, okay? It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to look pretty, because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of beginner traders especially, think highs and lows have to be look exactly the same, right? So let's jump into the charts and start outlining what a high and low even looks like before we even get into break of structure, because we have to understand what highs and lows look like in order to understand what a break of structure is, right? Because if that means the trend is changing, if we're saying a trend is higher highs and higher lows, and the trend changes, we have to know what those highs and lows even look like, right? So this is a perfect example of an odd-looking high that people probably wouldn't even call a high. People would probably call this the high. No, okay? It's not. You can't just lump them together. That's not how this shit works, okay? So first of all, right, we do have a move up, then a move down. What does it consist of? Literally a blue candle and a black candle. My chart is blue and black. It just looks cool that way, okay? That's why I have it, okay? So this is a high, right? This right here is the high off the wicks of the blue candle right there. Perfect. That's a high.
Okay.
Okay, and on the contrary, right, we have a move down, then a move up. So what is this?
That's
a low.
low.
Cool?
Okay.
Cool, right? This, again, is still a high. It just doesn't look as pretty as this, right? Why? Because we have a blue candle, meaning a move up, and then a move down. Okay, it's 2 candles. And you're probably going to say, well, TJR, where's the high? Is it off the wick of this candle, or is it off the wick of this candle? Well, since a high takes 2 candles to form, you're going to take the highest wick of whichever of those 2 candles it is. Okay, so boom.
Oh,
we got high right here. Okay, and same thing down here, right? If this blue candle's wick was lower than the black candle, that would be the low. Makes sense? Cool? Good? We got it? Hopefully I don't have to cover that. Hopefully I don't have to cover that again. Okay, we can go over another example. What is this? This is a high. Why? Because there's a blue candle, then a black candle. Literally, it only takes 2 candles to make a high. Perfect. Boom. We find the top wick between the 2 candles. Done deal. Okay? This is a low. Why? Because there's a move down, then move up.
Let me get S&P. God, I hate these, I need to figure out how to fix these, weird ass breaks. Okay, so right here, for example, this is weird. So If you guys can see it well, let me put the camera up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so this is a high. And wait, this is the low or is... How, but that's in the same candle.
This is a low. Why? Because there's a move down, then there's a move up. Cool? Cool. Same thing right here. This is a low. Why? Because there was a move down, then a move up. Right? If we scale into the 4 hour and look at this.
You're looking at gold. I want to trade futures. Like the Nasdaq, actually. Okay, so this is a high, and then this is the low. Let me zoom in a bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, and this should be the high, this should be the low. And move down. Okay, so then this should be the low, and then this should be the high, right? Or is this the low? I'm not sure if a high, I don't think it can be in the same candle though, can it? That doesn't make sense.
This is the low, right? It makes sense that this would be the low and not the start of the black candle, or not the wick of the black candle, because if we zoom in and look at it, what the fuck is that? Right? This ain't no low. The low's all the way down here, okay? So boom. We know what lows and highs are now. Perfect. Clap it up. We got like the super beginner shit done, okay? Perfect. All right? We know what lows and highs are, and if we know what trends are, and if we know what lows and highs are, then we can know when a trend breaks and when market structure shifts. Okay? Why? Because if an uptrend moves in higher highs and higher lows, but then it doesn't anymore. It ends up breaking. What is likely going to happen? Okay, it's going to start making lower lows and lower highs, and that is what we call a break of structure. Okay, meaning we break. Break the trend that the market is currently in, okay? We break that trend and then flip market direction, flip market structure in the other direction, okay? And break of structure is very, very simple, but for some reason I get lots of questions on it, and in this video I will try and simplify this shit so literally a child can understand it, okay? I'm going to try and make this super simple, okay? A break in structure to the upside, okay? And we'll show examples of this on the chart and through drawing, okay? A break of structure to the upside. So that means there is a downtrend currently, right? A break of structure to the upside is when we have a closure, a candle closure, not a wick, a candle closure above a high. Remember, what's a high? A move up. Gonna move down. So that means in order for it to break structure to the upside, we have to see a single candle close fully, meaning closing above this high, meaning the candle body has to be above the wick of the high. Make sense? Let's find an example on the chart, because I'm not sure this makes sense yet, because this is how I described the last video.
I thought I remembered this.
But that's okay. Questions are good. I'm going to try and help you guys
It's
understand.
about like a billion
okay.
breaks market
so,
structuring.
right here, we're going to move up, then a move down, then a move up. Okay, perfect. We made a low right here. And as you can see right here, we have like a miniature uptrend. Okay, we come down, get a move down, then a move up, we get another low. Cool. I no longer care about this previous low. I'm only caring about the most recent one. Okay, and we'll get into that a little bit later into this video. Okay, I only care about the most recent high or low that has been made. As you can see here, we previously had broke structure to the upside, right? Uptrend. Okay, then we have this low, and what happens, right? We have a move down, then a move up, but then, right, we weren't in a downtrend previously, but what happens with this candle? The body of the candle closed below the low. So what happened? What did it cause it to do? It started a downtrend. Right? Boom, lower high, lower low, probably going up to form a lower high, or retracement on the weekly time frame to come up within here. Okay? So, are we starting to understand what a break of structure is? Now let's try and find a break of structure to the upside. This is just lovely, right? What happens? We were previously trending up. This gives us two perfect examples of this. Previously trending to the upside, right? We see a low. What happened to the low? The body of the candle closed below it. What happened to the trend? It shifted, right? We have a high right here. We have a low
Okay, so the low can be in the same candle as the high, I guess.
right here. Where's the next high? Right here. Where's the next low? Right here. Lower low, lower low, lower high. What's this right here? A move down, then a move up. That's a low. What's this right here? Move up, then a move down. That's a high. What's this? A lower high, a lower low. Wow, would you look at that? It's a trend. It's a downtrend because market structure broke. Okay, so now that we're in a downtrend, what happens over here? We have a high right here, and you're going to say, oh yeah, it broke. Whoa, 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 slow down. We also had a high right here. Why? Why is this a high, guys? Why is it a high? Because we have a move up and then a move down. We get closure above it, okay? The candle closed above the wick, and then what happens? Bing bong, moves to the upside. Yeah, we did get a retracement down, but hey, look, higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Continues.
Okay, I actually kind of understand. It needs it can be. Let's try to look at something on Nasdaq. So for example, right here. So let's find an example. Like, okay, what the fuck happened here? Let's go to like the 1 hour time frame. Okay, like right here. So a high, I move down, then I move up. So this is a low. Wait, where are my drawings? Okay, horizontal, no. Okay, so this is a low. And then this is the high. Okay, and as soon, right, that is the high on that wick, right there on the, or is it, actually no, but then we got another one, so wait, so this was the low, and then this was the high. And as soon as, yeah, because this, that was another, yeah, okay. And as soon as we closed above that, we got a change in market structure shift. Like, yeah, this could have been a nice trade. Okay, let's get another example. So, look right here maybe. So yeah, we have a move to the upside and to the upside. Well, okay, so yeah, basically then this right here is the low. Right, this right here is the low. This right here is the high. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, but then again we had again, so we don't care about that. So we had a low right here, and then a high right here. And as soon as we closed below this low, we gotta change the market structure shift, and we came back. What the fuck? Okay. This is pissing me off. These like session breaks. I don't know how to turn them off. How to turn off session training. Navigate to events, but I turned off. Oh, economic events. Huh. It's not fixing anything. Blue, skloni se, molim to ubićete. My cat is on my face. It's grabbing my mouse and itching away. Blue, prekini. Blue. Yeah, no, this doesn't, it doesn't remove like this. Blue, prekini, blue. Blue. Oh my god, she's not letting me work. Blue, prekini. Label lines. sorry I'm doing this right now. Blue is fun. One sec, sorry. Blue, she's like directly behind my PC. And I can't get her out of there. Okay, whatever. Blå. Eccola. Jag var som i blå mal inte. Blå.
Vedi, Bobo?
Is the computer on here?
Smettati. Давайте, Буби. Давайте, Лала. Давайте. Давайте, Blue. Давайте, Blue.
Okay. She's outside. I don't know how to fix this. I remember somebody telling me how. I forgot though. I really forgot.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel removing how to control speed and more confident chart on the chart's background, not on a specific camp trick through menu. Don't rush the chart looks and behaves. The events section, so click on events. Think of this section as the place where you can toggle on or off different vertical. These session breaks are the vertical lines that help you ease labeled session breaks. If you want to add the day separator lines to your chart, make sure this box is checked. If the lines are already there and you prefer a cleaner look, simply uncheck it. Just that simple switch. Sometimes people overlook this tiny option, but toggling it can make a world of difference. Having clear daily dividers really helps you scan for gaps, trends, or significant changes at the bottom of the settings window. Take a moment to glance back at your chart. You should instantly see this. Double check that you didn't accidentally write, click on an indicator, or that you're in the right section to it. Over how you've efficient questions you have in the comments below this one. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Your trading between price act looks seamless and much at your chart on your trading view chart settings. Here we're going to change something called the chart type. By default, it's usually set to candles, but what you want to do here is switch it over to step line. Now you might be wondering, why are we doing this? Well, the step line chart type actually follows the closing price from bar to bar without leaving visible gaps, unlike candlestick or bar charts. This gives us a good foundation for smoothing out those gaps. Worry, we're not done yet. Next, with the step line selected, let's format options. What we want to do here is make the actual line completely transparent, so take that opacity slider and drag it all the way down to 0. This way, even though the step line is still technically on in the background, it won't clutter up the view or interfere with any other chart tools you might be using. Think of this step like wiping your chalkboard clean before a trick that brings click on that. In the splitter pop up with that name. Trucks the captain story. Did that indicator.
Fuck off. Seriously, I'm not doing all that right now. Somebody told me how to fix this a while ago. I just forgot, man. I really just forgot. Let me ask. I'm not. I know I'm like linking this video, but I don't really care. Okay, seriously, I can't talk without premium. Fuck off. Yeah, that still didn't fix it. Okay, anyways.
Okay? That is breaking structure to the upside. Now, what's breaking structure to the downside? Well, it's when we have an uptrend, and then schmink, a low gets taken out, right? Same exact thing, just in the opposite direction, right? Low gets taken out, okay? Boom, we start the downtrend, okay? Pretty simple stuff, right? Let me show you guys what a breakup structure is not. And I think this is where a lot of people slip up. Right here's a perfect prime time example of this. Right here, we get a move up, then a move down. So what does this make? A high. Correct. Right here, we get a move up, and then a move down. This wick goes higher than this wick, right? So technically, this high is higher than this high. However, we do not give no fucks. We do not give a crap. We do not care about wicks going above highs or going below lows. That does not mean anything to us. We need a candle close, because as you can see right here, oh no, it's a higher high. What's gonna happen? Oh no, it falls? What? This isn't what TJR taught us. Well, here we are, teaching you this shit, okay? So, we get this wick going higher than this wick, but we don't care because it doesn't close above it. It is not a breakup structure unless the candle closes above it. Write that down. It is not a breakup structure unless the candle closes above a high or below a low. Right? For example, if let's say this black wick, let's say this wick went lower than this low, that would not have been a breakup structure. That would not have been a breakup structure, and this whole thing wasn't a breakup structure until this most recent low got closed below. Okay. That's all breakup structure is. Whatever the most recent. Okay, ready? So we'll simplify this even more, right? It's literally a step-by-step execution of understanding where a breakup structure is. Number one, identify the trend. Identify the trend. We'll even write this down. This will be good. Damn. Can be profitable but can't type. That's how it goes. Is that even the way? How to spell structure? I don't even know, and I don't care. How to spell breakup structure? Number one, identify the trend. Okay? Where is it going? Number two, okay? Up trend or down trend. Okay? Number two, if in up trend, okay, we are watching the lows, right? Because if we're moving up higher and higher, When are we going to get a break of structure? When the low gets taken out. When the low gets closed below. We don't care about the highs, right? We care about the lows, okay? Number 3, if in downtrend, we are watching highs, right? For opposite reason, right? We're moving down. So the only way for this thing to turn into an uptrend, right, is for it to go higher, right? If it keeps going lower, we're staying in the trend. Got it? Got it. Okay? Number 4, okay? Once you identify the trend, right, we figure it out. Okay. In order for it to be a break, again, I misspelled it. In order for it to be a break of structure to the upside, it has to close above, or actually we'll make this be a break of structure to the downside because we talked about we're watching lows for the first one. I don't want to confuse you guys. Wow, I can't even type. So in order for it to be a break of structure to the downside, which means it is turning from an uptrend into a downtrend. Damn, I wonder if I can make this smaller. There we go. It has to close below the most recent low. Does that make sense? Give me a nod. Yes? Yes. Okay. Number 5. Oops. Number 5. It's the exact same, but just opposite. Let's see if I can spell it right. Structure. Did it for me. I love technology. Oops, I was just copying. Upside. Into an uptrend. Oops, bad grammar on A instead of an. In order for it to be a break of structure to the upside, which means from a downtrend into an uptrend. I'll even add that into there because that can get confusing, I know. Cool? So in order for it to be a break of structure to the downside, which means an uptrend into a downtrend, it has to close below the most recent low. Understand that we are consistently watching the most recent lows and the most recent highs getting formed. Okay, we are not listening or caring about past lows. Okay, so in this example, we're not consistently watching.
Let me write this down real quick.
Most recent.
I mean, I already knew this from like before, but what is the harm in writing it down again?
recent lows and the most recent highs getting formed. Okay, we are not listening or caring about past lows. Okay, so in this example, this gives us a perfect example, okay? Right, we make this low right here. This low, yes, it's lower than this one, but why do I not care about it anymore? Because this one is the most recent low that was made. Yes, price ended up closing below both of them, so we wouldn't have had an issue. But I know damn well that some of you guys, if it only closed below this one and not below this one, you guys would have been having a heart attack, shivering your fucking timbers, deciding whether or not to take a short. Okay, so we take the most recent low or high made. Okay, same thing with this. Same thing with this over there, right? We have a high right here. Oh, we make another high right here. Why is this? Why TJR, why are we using the wick of this? Because up candle and a down candle. How do we mark our highs? The highest point of those two candles. All right?
Oh, okay. I need to write something. I need to write this down somewhere. So, let's say we have a green candle, a small body. Oh, I'll just write his example like right now, though. We have
A wick. Right there. You got it? We closed above that. Yes, we closed above both of these yet again. However, we don't care about this high anymore. Okay, there will be times when price will consolidate, right? Not within a trend, right? It'll just be consolidating. And you'll see a lot of that, right? You'll see, oh, move up, right? Right here. Move up, then a move down. Now this is a high. Move down, then a move up. This is a low. Move up, then a move down. This is a high. Move down, then a move up. This is a low, right? This is just pure consolidation. There is no trend within however many days this was. This would have been a terrible trading week for gold, right? There was no trend within this. There was no break of structure. Market had no clue where it wanted to go. Oops. Okay. Does that make sense?
yeah. I mean,
I feel like that is the easiest way that I could have put break of structure at all. Okay? We have it laid out. It is a step-by-step formula. Number one, identify the trend. What's the trend? Look at it. Lower lows and lower highs. Perfect. We're in a downtrend.
okay, well, let's look real quick. I need to turn on these session breaks, they're pissing me off. Let's go into like the 15 minute, or like the, let's go into the 15 minute chart. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Okay, so let's look. No. Oh, these breaks in the fucking, they're pissing me off. I can't read it well. Okay, well, let's look. So, right here, we were in an uptrend. Let me zoom in a bit. And then make my camera up. There we go. Right here, we were in an uptrend. So, yeah. Our high, higher lows, our high, higher lows, and then. So, remove this. I don't need this. So, this was the low. This was the high. We had a closure below this low. We changed the trend. It started going into downtrend. So, get off my screen. So this right here was a break of structure. This like right here, I guess this candle. Then again, so let me delete this. So yeah, this right here. Wait, this right here was the low, and this right here was the high. And then yeah, we started going up, and then we had another one right there. So this was a low, this was a high. We closed below this low. We had a change in market structure shift. And then again. Okay, so and then that changed the trend. If we're in an uptrend, we're watching the lows. Uptrend, we're watching the lows. So low. Oh, we broke. Okay, so look, wait. Low, then low, then we broke that trend. Then we went into downtrend. Okay, well that's understandable. I get that. Okay, I understand that. That's great.
Trend. Okay, so we are in a downtrend. What are we watching? We are watching highs. Where's our most recent high? Right here. So in order for
It really pisses me off that his candles are blue and black. I can't get used to green being blue and red being black. That's so weird.
this to turn into an uptrend again, we have to wait for the daily time frame to close above here. We just gotta sit back, relax, and wait. This wick is not a high. This wick is not a high. This candle forming is not a high. If the next candle that forms is down though, then yeah, we'll move the high to there. But that hasn't happened. So where's the most recent high? Right there. Cool. And when does it turn into an uptrend? When we get a candle closure above there. Okay, we'll show one more example of a break of structure. Let me throw this on the weekly. Oh, this is money. Okay. Right here. Right, we're trending up. All right, or actually, no. We'll go into like 15-minute time frame. This will be good. And again, remember, guys. Remember. I don't want you to watch this break of structure video and instantly be like, when there's a break of structure, it means it's going to go up forever. Or when there's a break of structure to the downside, it's going to go down forever. Because that is not true at all. Not true. Okay? Not true whatsoever. Because remember, in our trends video, if you have to rewatch that today, I highly suggest you do so. Remember in our trends video, the weekly holds more power than the daily. The monthly holds more power than the weekly. If we see a break of structure to the downside on the daily, like we saw right here on gold, or sorry, on GU, right? Why is this a break of structure to the downside? Move down, move up. This is the low. We close below that. Market starts trending down. If we see a break of structure to the downside on the daily, but the weekly we're still bullish, it's just a retracement. Was this a break of structure? Little homework, little tip and trick for you guys. This was the most recent low that we had. Is this a break of structure? No! Why is it not a break of structure? You're probably saying, no, shut up. We haven't closed below the low. We didn't close below. This is a perfect example of what a lot of you guys will be entering on. That just is not a break of structure. This looks like a liquidity sweep. And oftentimes, market will do this a lot to fake people out who think that a wick below a previous low is actually a break of structure. Because what's market probably going to do? It's probably going to come up a little bit. Okay? Yeah, maybe the next weekly candle will close below here. Maybe, if it wants to. But we have to wait for that. We can't just say, good enough, sell. Right? Because we don't want it to be good enough. We want to know. And because even when we know for certain, we don't actually know. So why would we take a trade
I
on
have
something
like 2 minutes left of footage, but I'm probably going to be recording another video for today.
that's already low probability of being a break of structure? And already being in a market that's already very difficult to have a high probability to trade in, right? We're literally just reducing our chances of being a higher probability trader by taking bad setups like this, right? We need to wait for the low to get closed below. Same shit with this. Same shit with this. This is an exact example of this right here. Same thing with this, right? What's this? Move down, then move up. This is a low. At one point in time, this black candle right here, this was a full black candle to the downside. It looked like this. I know damn well that 90% of retailers were just short. It's going down forever. And then what happens? Market never fucking breaks structure, and we push higher. Same thing here, right? We gonna move down, then move up. No break. Move down, then move up. No break. And market continues to push higher and higher and higher and higher and higher because the trend never was broken. Trend never broke. And what were these? These were just liquidity sweeps, and we will learn about that next time. Okay? Hopefully that covered break of structure for you guys. It has to be a close. Let's go back to that little thing that we had. Shrink. Let's do this on the daily. And let's drag this all the way up here. Identify the trend. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going in higher highs and higher lows? Is it going in lower highs or lower lows? Boom. I literally made a checklist for y'all. Figure it out? Okay, perfect. It's in an uptrend. If it's in an uptrend, we are watching the lows. Perfect. Hawkeye those things. Watch every single new low that gets made. Okay, that's actually something that I watch. Because we only care about the recent ones that get made. Those are the only ones we care about. Okay, those are the only ones we care about. Those are the only ones that need closure above. Because who gives a fuck, right? If market's moving like this, or, right, I mean, we showed it in that GJ chart, but if market's moving higher highs, higher lows, and then one of the lows gets wicked below, but it keeps going higher, we don't care about that, right? Because market structure never was broken. We only care if it gets closed below, right? Also, right, sorry, for the most recent low point, okay, we're going like this, right? Who cares about this low if this new